It's been a minute since I uploaded reviews of my league racing, so why not change up the format a bit, try something new? TCR racing on the iRacing service recently got a major boost. In addition to the Audi RS3, we now have two new toys to play with, the Honda Civic Type R and the Hyundai Elantra N, which is sold as the i30 here in Australia. This car is the one I chose as my noble steed when the Aussie Car Turbo Touring Car Series returned for its 7th season. This is what my car looks like, resplendent in its Fusion sim racing livery. From my past form in this series, I was hoping that I could get consistent top 10 finishes, maybe a couple of podiums if I was lucky. However, that dream would have to wait a bit longer to come true, because the first round at Phillip Island did not go my way. Practice and qualifying saw me taking a stroll down Struggle Street. I like Phillip Island, but it's a nightmare in a front-wheel drive car. Many long and fast corners. It was difficult to find the right balance in the rear end and to be patient on the accelerator. I don't think I've ever experienced so much understeer before. That being said, preparing through the week and during pre-qualifying, I felt I had a good setup down, and I was feeling comfortable. All of that changed when I entered the race server. It was like I was driving a completely different car. No pace, no confidence, no consistency. I threw the kitchen sink at the setup trying to get something stable and predictable, but it just wasn't happening. So in a fit of desperation in the final minutes, I whacked on the iRacing sprint setup, dialed the brake bias back, and hoped for the best. I only got one time on the board in qualifying, and it was good enough for a 26th place start. Smack dab in the midfield. My goal was simply to survive, and in the 11-lap race 1, survive I did. Lap 1 went okay. No change in position, though I had a go at the braking zone for MG corner, and despite a little lawn mowing at the exit of the final turn, I was still in the game. Some way ahead of me, car 99 was having problems. A slide into the gravel of the southern loop turned into 3-wide contact in turn 3, and I know this video is only going up in January, but I think we already have a candidate for re-entry of the year. The fleeting moment of chaos that erupted netted me 2 free positions. A couple of corners later, I gained 2 more when the still recovering 99 held up car 96 into Hayshed, though admittedly it wasn't my cleanest pass. Car 551 was having some trouble of his own, but I tried not to pile into him. Start of lap 3. Whoops-a-daisy. Another freebie. My first position loss of the night came later that lap. I felt quicker than the cars ahead, but my placing of the car needs work. I thought I could get alongside the 38 Audi, but compromising the exit trying to set up for the left-hander allowed the 96 Honda to get alongside me. I had to yield to him in the final corner. I wasn't too fussed about it. Again, survival was the goal. I then straightened the wheel too early coming out of turn 2, the resulting trip through the grass losing me another place, back down into 23rd. It almost became 24th or worse when this happened at the start of lap 5. 91 had lost 2 places, and when number 9 opened the door, he squeezed through. I had to check up, which got me a tap in the rear from the 54. Exit was compromised, but I managed to keep them all behind. Number 85 got alongside me in the Honda hairpin, but I defended the position into Siberia. Fast forward to lap 6 and it was freebie time once again. Number 3 had caught up to the battle pack for 10th place, but a spirited defense from number 11 meant he caught the grass over Lukey Heights, and both cars got wiped out. Up to 21st for me. From this point, I was having trouble catching back up to the cars ahead, but a lap later, at the same location, there was another coming together. My mates from before, numbers 9 and 96, wanted the same piece of real estate. Number 9 escaped, but 96 ended up taking the 308 and 38 with him. I was now up to 18th. 96 was now right behind me, recovering well from the incident. I had to defend from him once or twice. My last position gain came on the final lap, when number 9 and 134 came together into Siberia. A little tap on the way in sent wide, and I was there to take advantage. So, from 26th to 17th. Not a bad run, considering I didn't make many actual on-track passes. Time then for race 2. This was the longer one, 22 laps with a compulsory pit stop for 2 tyres. I wasn't entirely sure how I was going to approach the strategy for this, not that it ended up mattering. I completely f***ed the start. First, I gave it too much clutch, then too much throttle. My smoke show allowed 134 to get by me right away, but that was the only position I lost. Everyone kept it clean in the opening turns, well, everyone ahead of me anyway, and I swiftly set about sticking my nose where I felt it belonged. Some contact ahead into MG resulted in a slight hip check, and all I could then do with my nose was edge it in front of the 994 just before the line to take P16. He had understeered off from the lead. Watching this back is incredibly painful, but I would experience true pain only 2 turns into lap 2. There I was, minding my own business in the train, just trying to keep myself in check. Up ahead in 11th, number 9's rear tyres decided they didn't want to work yet, and his Audi went for the old Ingolstadt drift. He recovered it, just in time for the rest of us to get there. And in the middle of a long, high-load corner like the Southern Loop, it's very hard to alter your line when you've already committed to it. This was how the incident looked from my perspective. I see number 9 go for a slide and disappear from view. And as the brake lights of the cars in front of me illuminate, I realize something is very wrong. I get on the anchors myself, and as number 12 hits number 134, who then hits number 9, chaos erupts once more. 12 is sent into a slide from front-end contact, which is rare for a front-wheel drive, and heads into the grass on the inside. Alright, so now all I need to worry about is number 9, who, having been hit into another slide, is now spread-eagled across my trajectory. Okay, now that the corner is opening back up, I could move to the right and completely avoid him. It seems the 96 has that idea, and I have the space to do it myself. Unfortunately, I hesitated and didn't notice number 12 coming back onto the circuit on my left side. My rear suspension was screwed. I didn't realize this until I tried limping onwards, got a meatball flag, and noticed the rear had a mind of its own. So, after towing back to the pits, I got my repairs and service done and went back out in 37th place, 6 laps down. I was chasing number 12 for position. He had towed before I did and probably suffered less damage, so he got out of the pits first. No matter, I would try my best to run him down and pass him, and even if I couldn't, which I didn't, I would pick up whatever places I could from others falling into trouble. Like the guys fighting for 3rd and 4th, bumpers getting stuck together got ugly. Ultimately, I finished 32nd, second last of the cars that finished. At least I covered enough distance to get championship points, a paltry 43 of which I had coming out of a very difficult first round. I was equal 23rd in the drivers' standings. Hopefully the next round at Catalunya Classic would be kinder to me. But no track could be as kind as my wonderful patrons listed here, as well as my super serious supporters: Adam Miller, Callum Crayston, CJ Flash 99, Ira Felberg, Jay Kennedy, Jess Moore, Michael Hollinshead, Pub with No Beer, The Original Sticks, Thomas Clarendon Blair, and Tom Hins. If you're interested in supporting me and my content for as little as $1 a month, become a patron today at patreon.com/SouthPawRacer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the first corner.